Don't make a sound.
Hey there again, this is Grant with VGI. Today we're going to talk about the game idea Quiet. And this concept revolves around a monster that hunts solely using sound. Now there were a few features that I thought would be really interesting to see in a game like this. The first one that really popped in my head almost right off the bat was a heartbeat monitor. Basically, if the monster is close enough and your heart is beating fast enough, it gives you away. And this would create a situation where the player doesn't have to only pay attention to what's going on screen, but has to pay attention to what's going on with them. Can you imagine how hard it would be if you just had a jump scare 2 minutes ago and you've been tense as all hell, and now you have to calm down, or the monster that's 5, 10, 15 feet away from you can hear you? That would be insane. Another feature that I thought would be a great thing to add in this kind of idea is a character breathing feature, where you have to pay attention on screen to your character and how they're breathing. If they've been running from one place to another place because you've been just trying to evade this monster for the last half an hour, they'll be breathing really heavy. So not only would you have to pay attention to your heartbeat, your actual heartbeat, but you would also have to pay attention to how your character is doing. Because both ways could be a dead giveaway to the monster that's just a few feet away from you. And that to me is crazy. Another feature that I thought would be a great supplement to the ones we've already talked about is a timer, where everything you have to do in this game is in a time crunch. So where the other features I already talked to you about are, you're going to have to be very observant. Patience is going to be a huge virtue in this game. That could also really tempt you to move at a snail's pace, so that your character doesn't start breathing too heavily, and that you don't get so nervous and you don't get startled. The timer is going to throw a monkey wrench into that whole entire idea. You won't be able to do that. It's going to push the pace, and I think ratchet up how tense the game is by a lot. And that's what you want in a horror game. You want to be tense. You want the tension to be through the roof. That's the whole entire point. And the features I've already talked to you about, and the actual timer pushing those features to, I think, their pinnacle, would make this like a marriage made in heaven out of what we already talked about. The only other component in this game that I think would be crucial is the environment. It would have to be a world where there's many dynamic noises that you have to learn how to avoid. If you go into a cabin and there's a wooden floor, you have to know where to put your feet and where to not. What produces the most sound and what doesn't, so that you can get by without being heard. That kind of attention to detail, having to be aware of everything that's around you in the game, having to be aware to yourself, everything we've talked about, I think will create a world and an experience that will be incredibly immersive and a blast to play, in all honesty. And that's pretty much it. If you guys have any ideas, I'd love to hear them. If you have any game ideas, share them. And I hope you guys have a great day. Remember to like this idea if you want to see it turned into a real game, and subscribe so you know what games are right around the corner.